Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a delightful morning to all, esteemed professors, doctors, and our distinguished attendees. Let's inaugurate our webinar session today by honoring the Kitab Al-Fatihah. To the esteemed Dr. Tawamaran Kanison, our spotlight speaker for today, and to everyone lending us their time and curiosity, welcome and thank you for joining us for webinars today on Literature Review Template plus ChatGPT 4.0 plus Google Scholar Exploring Medical Combo with Personal Prompt Engineering. Thank you for converging here. I'm Dr. Khairunisa Kamarudin representing UiTM Perlis branch, and it is a privilege to be your moderator for this enlightening to our journey. Before we proceed, I would like to draw your attention to several matters. First, kindly ensure your microphones are on mute to provide a clear soundscape during our discussion. Next, if you have any questions during the webinar, you can type your question in the chat box and we will address them later. Stick around until the end, as a link for attendance will be shared at the end of the webinar and it will remain active for 15 minutes. Thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, so our webinar today is honored with the presence of Dr. Tawa. So for those who have just joined us this year, I want to inform you that this is the third year we have conducted this webinar with Dr. Tawa, and today is our first class in 2025. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's now my distinct pleasure to introduce Dr. Tawa, just a simple introduction. So Dr. Tawa is a man who not only completed his PhD within 3 years, but who also ventured out to found Proofreading by a UK PhD that provides service across many verticals in over 38 countries, including UK, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, our country, Korea, Australia, and many more. So with a glowing academic record and an entrepreneurial journey worth over Ringgit Malaysia 24 million in research grant, Dr. Tawa insights are eagerly anticipated. So in his personal research journey, Dr. Tawa has an exciting publication records and awards with more than 80 publications, and most his articles were published in ISI Q1 journal. So without further ado, let's lend our ears and open our minds to Dr. Tawa. So Doctor, the floor is yours.
Hi, Dr. Khairun. Thank you very much. Hope you're well. So very good morning to everyone. First of all, thank you very much to UiTM Perlis, and thank you very much to Dr. Khairun for organizing our class for 2 years straight now. Dr. Khairun took over last year again, Dr. Khairun?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much for your continuous support and continuous dedication to organize my classes, and also to UiTM Perlis as well. And thank you to all the students for joining. Without failure, all of you join, and the numbers always great with UiTM. Okay, we're already hitting 250 already, and the number usually UiTM will keep growing lah. Okay, so also selamat berpuasa to all my Muslim friends. Okay, so hi Akmal, hi. So again, very good morning. I think we can get started already. Slowly we'll start so that the rest will keep joining also lah. So let me just, okay, so before we start off, let me also share our WhatsApp group. I think most of you dah ada dekat WhatsApp group. Okay, so today's class is purely dedicated for UiTM only. I did not share the link with anyone, so it's all fully UiTM. So therefore, let me share the WhatsApp group for UiTM with all of you. If you haven't joined, there are 2 groups for UiTM. One already full, the first one. I think now got a bit of space lah, because too many spam messages or kick people out. Eventually, then some opens up for the first group. And then the second group also I opened up because first one was full. So if you have not joined any of the 2 groups, you may join now. I've shared the link in WhatsApp group. If you, in the Teams chat group, WhatsApp group pula. So if the first one you joined already, you don't need to join the second one. It will be equally shared between 2 groups. So no need to worry, you don't need to be in both. Otherwise, you'll be getting spammed for Kingdom Come. Right? So if you have not joined, take about 1 to 2 minutes in this group. If you're not in any of the two groups, if you're already in the first one, no need to join the second one. If you're in neither the first or the second, then you can join the second group lah. Either share. So I'll give you all about 1 to 2 minutes for you all to join, and then we can kickstart the class. Okay, so I think for those who are still joining, you guys can continue joining. Again, if you're already in the first class, don't need to join this link. That means you're already in our group already. But I see people are still joining, so I let them join. Meanwhile, I think we can get started already. Let me just close my WhatsApp so that I can avoid any disruption. And then I open up my slides so that we can start this very, very, very important class today. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, and then let me also spotlight my video so everyone can see me. I spotlight ready. So, okay. Can everyone please reply in the chat box if you can see my slides, if you can hear me clearly, and you can also see my video. Okay. So since everyone can see, sometimes you might drop out, the slide might turn off and so on. So that means it'll be your own dedicated problem lah. So you need to come rejoin again and so on. Okay. Okay, fantastic. All right. So we are in our first class. As what Dr. Khairon mentioned earlier, I'm doing this class with UITM. I think we finalized our MOU with UITM in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So we already have MOU with UITM, and then we are already doing class for 3 years now. That's what Dr. Khairon mentioned. 3 years or probably slightly more than that. But I finalized all my classes with UITM Perlis, so normally I do it. Last time I used to do between different branches and so on, but now I just stick with one so that we can just reach out to everyone. It's the same anyway. Okay. So I hope all of you are okay. So today we're going to look into a very, very unique space. Okay. So we're going to talk about literature review template, which I have designed. Then we're going to look at how do we use that with ChatGPT-4o. Okay, it's AI is honestly saturating. Okay, a lot of people are feeling it. They can understand that UHA is slowly dying. Everyone can sort of feel it already, and a lot of adverts on AI. If you want to analyze carefully, when you see any ads running on AI tools, Jenny AI, Space, and what do you call that, Consensus, and so on. You can see the comments below that. The app will be getting a lot of scolding from people or fake information, not giving genuine information, not really true, blah, blah, blah. So it's saturating already. It's hitting its limit. Okay, so why there is a limit, I'll explain to you later. So to complement that limit, is where we bring in the template, we combine with ChatGPT-4o, and a certain point in time, we also combine Google Scholar. We see how we can use these three in hand. Okay, all these three resources that we have. Literature review template that I designed is free. Google Scholar is free. ChatGPT-4o is up to you if you want to use the free or paid version. That is totally up to you. It's your call. But I'm using the premium version. I'm using the paid version. So how do we combine these three to create information that we need in a most precise manner? That's what we're going to learn today. All right. Some of you might see that the problem actually appear in AI. Some of you might not even realize. But today I'll tell you those issues. It's not anymore just fake information. Now, when we analyze deeply, there are three different problems that appear in AI tool. So there is definitely fake information that is not going away. Okay, it's not going away because fake information is the DNA of ChatGPT. Oh no, of AI, okay, of neural networks, okay. So overselling is a kind of a genre of overselling and fakely selling. Excuse me, is a genre of AI, okay. And secondly, misinformation. Okay, not fake information, misinformation. The fella mistakenly misinterpret the paper when the fella is reading it for you. Okay, that is one of the issues. So these are the 1 to 2, maybe 3 issues that we'll be looking at. Excuse me. And how do we resolve it? Okay. And we'll explore the magical combo with persona prompting. So for the first time, last year I did not share this. Last year I only shared with you funnel prompting all the way. So this year I'm going to share with you for the first time. Maybe you have learned from other classes, but with me, this is the first time I'm going to share persona prompting. Okay, I think all already muted your mic. Mute. Okay, mute already. Okay. All right. Persona prompting. That means you create a personification of the AI itself so that the flow can give you the right answers. Okay. All right. So with that, this seminar is purposely made informal. Okay. It's not a formal session. I don't want to make a formal session. I think we all have many of it already. So this is informal so that you can freely ask questions and I'm more than happy to answer as long as I have the answer and I know the answers. All right. So it's an opportunity for us to break down barriers so that we can learn more productively and more constructively as well. Okay. So I think most of you know me. I don't want to go over this again. So we're going to skip this. Don't need to waste our time. Okay. This is us, proofreading by UK PhD. We are based in Cyberjaya. All right. And we are an ISO 9001 certified academic consulting firm. This I never update the pin. I just leave it all tired of updating already. But I think we are more than about 42, 43 countries now already. And we work very closely with local universities, mostly local universities. We have a lot of MOUs and so on. So for today's class, we are going to whatever you're going to learn today, it can be applied across the board. The theme of this year is all literature review. Last year, we did mostly chapter 1. Okay, we already spin through introduction, background, problem statement, RORQ. We use AI. We told how to use AI on generating this one. I don't like to oversell AI. Okay, people are overselling AI, and then students are gradually realizing that. Okay, so I don't want to oversell AI. I'm just going to tell you how realistically you can use it with your own intelligence. That's the topic of the day, with our own intelligence. Okay. So whatever I'm going to teach you today, you can use it for your thesis, your publication, your analysis, your examiner correction, your thesis to journal conversion, all the cases you can use, whatever I'm going to teach you today. Okay. And we'll also look into a bit on language as well, if you have enough time. Okay. All right. So participation, please provide 100% participation. If you are doing anything else, okay, if you're doing anything else, stop doing it. This class won't be repeated probably until next year or maybe year after that only. It won't be repeated unless, there's opening in other universities, then maybe you can join in. Okay, other than that, there is no any other repetition of this class. So give your maximum attention and feel free to ask questions. Okay, so coming to this. I'm not really doing Facebook Live classes very actively anymore, but still we have a lot of concrete, good Facebook Live classes, okay, free classes. So any of you here don't know how to go and access all these free classes, please let me know in the chat box, or you can raise your hand or something. I will share with you where to go and find these classes, or if most of you know already, then we can just skip this. Okay, so we still have students who don't know where to find this, because we have many new joiners, I believe. No problem. So let me just go to Facebook very quickly. Okay, so from here, this is our Facebook page. I know many of you might not be and might be still using Facebook. Okay, if you're still using Facebook or you don't have an account, just create an account without any photo whatsoever. You don't need to even have a photo, but all the classes are here for you to access. I've given the link already. This is our Facebook page. We have about 170,000 followers now, still growing, fortunately. So if you scroll down, you can see we share a lot of resources on daily basis. Whichever that is important for you, you can refer to it, read, study from it, and so on. So a lot of things that we share. Hopefully, it'll be helpful to all of you. Then from there, you can also click more. Before we click more, if you have not followed, you can click the follow button. It will be somewhere here. Follow and like. Then you can go to this tab called videos. Okay, open up videos. Down here, you can click this playlist. 132 videos. Okay, can open this. Okay, so this is where you can find a lot of free classes. All right, ChatGPT based. People are selling AI classes, AI workshops. I don't know why. Because to be honest to you, it's not that complicated. You don't need to pay to learn. I'm being very honest. Here, I've given all the free classes here. You can go and learn if you want to. Problem statement writing. These are all last year's classes. Chapter 1, problem statement, background writing, introduction writing, literature review, and so on and so forth. Writing review journal and so on. So all of these are here, research gap, topic exploration, time planning, but it's on 2023, like I haven't done for 2020, 2025 yet, and so on and so forth. So you can find many resources here. If it's helpful, I'm very glad. If it is not, just keep lah. All right. So no problem, Balkis. Thank you very much. These are all free. So you've got about 132 classes here. You want to know how to write a review journal. You want to know how to paraphrase. You got Turnitin AI problem. You're not sure how to paraphrase. Undetectable AI cannot solve Turnitin AI problem. Quillbot cannot solve AI problem. Turnitin AI Grammarly cannot solve. If anything, will only add more. Any of the humanizing tool cannot solve. Then what do? You paraphrase on your own. Okay, either you hire someone to paraphrase or you paraphrase on your own. We do paraphrasing a lot, but at the same time, we also teach you how to paraphrase on your own. So these are those classes lah, or how you can do it yourself. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Apart from that, let me go back to the slide. I've given you the link already. And then this, for the first time ever in our class, I have arranged all the templates for you guys ready. This is what I've designed, the most important ones. Some are not really impactful, so I never share it here. But the ones that is most important, people really love, me students and academicians really love, I've already shared it here. So for thesis itself, for designing thesis itself, we got table of content design. That means the full thesis design, how to do it. Quantitative, qualitative, mixed method. We have three different templates. And then we have a thesis database, where to go and download sample thesis from. This is the database. And then chapter 3 for pilot study, how to do it. Chapter 1, you have all of these templates. Chapter 2, today we are going to look at this. We're going to use this today as our source. And then literature matrix, theoretical framework, literature search, database, critical literature review, all of this. PDF, if you're going to go for proposal defense and NAVA, this tool will be very, very helpful to you guys. And then very, very important paper writing or literature review method, SLR. These are all the related templates. So all these you can download for free from my Telegram group. Okay. Your main page link here. Okay, I'll give you a link where we will take you everywhere. Don't worry. Okay, so either you can scan this QR code or I will also give you the link. One moment. Okay, so this is the link. Link tree. Okay, if you open up this link tree, you'll basically arrive here. Okay, so so the front one, this is TikTok. My TikTok is kind of on fire now. Thankfully, we have already hit 83,000 followers so far in the last 1.5 years or so. I think about 1.5 years. Yeah, about 1.5 years. We already hit 83,000 followers because of all the important content that we share. So if you missed out, you can go and watch all my videos here on mostly on tutorial basis. And then all the other resources, all the templates you can download from our Telegram group. If you click here, you can join directly. Okay, we are almost hitting 17,000 members already. Okay, so you can download all of the resources from here. Okay, from here, you can type template. Okay, again, let me repeat myself again, the step. So, click search button here, type template, and then you can find all the templates here. So let me tag for you guys. For most of you who joined last year, you guys know where to find it. If you have not joined, then you can join now and you can find all the templates here. Let me also go up here so it'll be easier to find the templates. These are all SLR papers. If you want to write SLR papers for your publication, SLR paper sample that we personally worked on. Okay, you can download it from there. Then you also have, these are all free resources. This is 12 steps systematic review process, SLR processes. Okay, most of it are already there. No problem, Aiman, no problem. I hope it benefits all of you guys. And then there are more. Prisma. Untuk yang nak tulis systematic review, make sure you go and download these Prisma diagrams. Prisma diagrams for SLR paper. It's all free. Okay, so there are more templates. You just can search lah. You just search in the group. The link I've given up here, Jacqueline, you can basically access all from here. This one link will take you everywhere you need to go. So no need to share so many links, like makes your life easier. So just save that one link. So whatever you want to search in terms of notes from 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6 years worth of notes, free notes you can find in this group. That's why we have WhatsApp group and Telegram. I won't say group like it's a resource center. So that WhatsApp the files will expire after some time once we already share. But Telegram won't expire. So even 6 years back files you can go and find. Let's say you have problem to write problem statement, just type problem statement. There will be abundance of resources that you can go and study from. So this is like a resource center that I've built in a more a conversational platform. That's what I did lah. So everything you can download here. You can see a lot of resources you can download from here. How can we get the template kalau tak ada Telegram? That will be a problem. Most of it are here. Okay, so you need to go and get it from here lah. Okay, so I hope that is helpful. That is all clear what you guys can do. Oh yeah, one more thing. Sorry, I forgot. Let me open it up back again. And this is all the free video classes from the link 3. You can watch all the videos here. And then all the free notes from all the previous classes, if you missed out, you can download from here. Sometimes you can find some templates here also. Just now, siapa tanya tu? Someone asked if don't have Telegram. Who was it? Siti. So Siti boleh cuba download dari sini. So mungkin you'll find all the templates here. And then these are all previous classes, cover letter, blah, 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 blah. Got a few other notes here. Okay, then you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel here. All right, so that's done. Let's get to the class. No problem, Siti, nobody. So I hope it will help all of you guys through your journey. How many participants we have now? 386. My goodness. Okay, so I'm going to go as fast as I can. But since we have 386 participants, a lot of students have a lot of questions. Maybe I might not be able to finish certain parts because I've balanced the class for 2 hours, including sharing all these free resources. But when there's a lot of Q&A, sometimes I'll take more time to answer. Maybe certain slides we cannot go through, if at all, we cannot go through. Okay. Some questions maybe I won't answer now. You can take it offline later also. Okay, for the benefit of everyone. Okay, so today we are going to focus on topic selection and scouting. Okay, for new topic. No problem, Juvita. Thank you. Thank you everyone as well for the appreciation. All about research gaps. Okay. literature databases, hands-on paper crunching. So we're going to literally use ChatGPT today to crunch paper and see what are the limitations, all right, and what are the strengths also. We have to give both ways. There are always bad and good. There's always yin and yang, right? There's always bad and good to a scenario. Okay, so we're going to look at both. And then after paper reading, what is next? What to do next? So today, this year is dedicated to literature review. The first thing in literature review is about finding topic and reading a paper. So once you have strengthened that, you have mastered that art, the rest would be much easier, which will come in the subsequent classes for this year. Okay, so I think we're going to skip this. We don't have time for this. Okay, let's go to, if you guys mic mute, please mute your mic. Okay, how to select a topic. So we're going to skip all the negative part. Today we go positive. Okay, today we go positive. We don't talk about negative stuff for this topic finding lah. Other negative stuff we talk lah. I mean other things that we need to really talk about. But here we talk about yes only. So first of all, when you if you're going to jump into a topic, you're going to find a title, going to find a topic that you want to explore. You need to first understand whether the topic is of interest or relatable to you or not. Whether it's more related to your workplace, related to your life, related to what you do in business basis, or it's more related to your supervisor. They have a grant. They want you to work on certain topic. It's all your decision. Okay, so it's like an overall broad area that you want to work on. Then you want to narrow down to a specific topic. Okay, let's say you're working on small, medium enterprise study. You want to really focus on that because you have your own SME. You want to look at this particular tax problem. So then you want to narrow down into taxation problem. So you want to see whether it fulfills your specific goal, your personal goal or not. Some people don't have any goal. They say, I just want to do PhD. I just want to do research. Okay, I also don't have any goal last time. Before I start my PhD, I don't have any motivation whatsoever. I just wanted to do PhD. That's it. I like doing new things every day. I don't like to do the same thing every day. So that's why I choose research, right? So when I go to PhD, my supervisor say, go find your own topic. I have no topic for you, but here's the grant. You can go in this area. I kind of have interest in this area. You start exploring. So then explore. I go into one particular area lah. Okay. So then very, very, very important for you guys to find out in whatever areas that you guys want to work, whether it's unique and novel or not. Novel, it's a very subjective term. Whether it's some people for novelty is like they want to look at Einstein level. Some people novelty is I add 2-3 variables, I get new results. That's novelty for me. Novelty is very subjective. It's subject to argument. Okay. So what is novel? Ask your supervisor. Follow what your supervisor wants. Your supervisor expectation is very high, and then you have a whole ride for you ahead lah. If your supervisor expectation is okay, he knows, okay, he or she knows, okay, 3 years finish, we move on, we can do all the research later, and then it's depends on your supervisor lah. Honestly, novelty is a very subjective belief, very subjective understanding. Okay, unique, yes, definitely need to be unique. All right. This part is where AI can involve and help you. Don't go AI and ask this part. I think this part is more of you need to really know your part. Once you go into that part, you want to dig in further, see what you can do. That's when you can use AI. Once you use AI, you know it's novel, it's unique, and so on. Then you can go to Google Scholar to really check whether there is an opportunity for new contribution or not. How to do this, I'll show you in a while. And once all of this, that's why I say we're going to combine AI and the old school style to start your engine. Okay, I don't want to oversell that AI can do everything for you. It really can't, to be honest to you. So we're going to combine new school and old school. Okay, new method and old school, and see how we can come up with a very, very good method to find ideas, to do research. Okay, so when you into that scouting arena, what are the steps normally you should do? So as I said, you pick your topic, your questions that you really want to find an answer. If you don't, then you will find along the way. Okay, not necessarily you must always have an idea before you go into your PhD, not really. Sometimes you really have no clue, but you want to do something else, you want to do research. You like to find something, so you go and talk to your supervisor. That's where supervisor plays a very, very important role. You have reached the recording limit for your plan. To record longer meeting, explore other plans here. Hmm? Okay, I don't know what is there. Or I think it's the AI tool for Hafiz. Okay, anyway, we'll skip that. Okay, so come back to here. Okay, now to go into the topic and questions and so on, we use ChatGPT and Google Scholar. Is a good combination and very important that nowadays people are not really exploring, is choosing the right keywords. They're relying too much on AI that they forget the essentiality of research and not really designing a good path for them either. So choosing the right keywords and related terms when you search is very, very important. Okay. And from there, how to build search string is also absolutely important. You need to be certain of the search string so that you don't keep changing and getting papers that are not necessary to you. So you need to really understand what search string you're going to use. You need to keep optimizing that as you go. And you need to use the Boolean operators to make sure that you get the right papers, the right combination of words. Okay, for all these, later I'll tell you which video to go and watch. I already taught all this, how to use Boolean operators and so on. Okay, then within the literature that they've encountered, look for problems within the limitation of study, future study. Any papers that you take, usually the limitations of study and future study will tell you what you're supposed to do next. So that's why you must look at very new papers. Don't look at very old papers. Don't look at papers from not 19, let's say from 2015. They say future work, you can do all this. It's 9, 10 years ago. What's the point of looking at the future work from 10 years ago? You should look at the papers published yesterday, day before yesterday, 3 months ago, 6 months ago. Don't look at work 5 years ago and look at the future work. No point. Okay, there are people already exploited already. Always remember that. So limitation of study and future study, you must always look at the very, very, very recent studies or assumption taken research papers, thesis, and so on. Okay, so you can even look at thesis future work also. Um, yeah, you can use and or not all at the same time. No problem. You can. There's nothing wrong with that. It's what result you need to optimize. You need to play around and see what results you're getting. Okay, next thing, don't take the idea as it is from any AI platform. This is very, very important. Why? Today I will tell you why. Then you'll understand why I'm saying this. A lot of people don't tell you this why because they're selling courses. They want you to make sure you use AI. They're not bothered whether you pass your PhD or your masters and so on. But for me, that is very, very big sin lah, to lead a PhD student to or master student to a very wrong path is, for me, ethically and personally, it's a very big sin. So I will never do that. That's why I don't promote any AI tools. Okay. Between 83,000 followers on TikTok and 170,000 followers on Facebook, 6,000 followers on Instagram, and more than about 20 to 25,000 on WhatsApp and Telegram. I have more than 300,000 followers. Many AI tools are asking me to promote their software, including Jenny AI, Space, and all this. I refuse to promote. And they don't pay little, they pay a lot. Okay, Jenny AI was willing to pay, if I'm not mistaken, 1,950 USD per video. Okay, but I turned down. I don't want because too many problems. And if I promote and people start following, that will be wrongly influencing people. So money is not everything lah in these circumstances. All right. So that's why I don't promote any AI tools as of now. Okay, then from there, once you get all the papers that you go through limited study, feature study, and so on, you can also read review papers. Very, very important, review papers, systematic scoping or narrative papers to get new ideas, to get new perspective when you're doing literature review. As long as you can find gaps, go for latest 3 years. If can, even as new as 1 year is even better. And then only you should read empirical papers. At the beginning of your PhD, very newly you're starting, maybe in the first 6 months or maybe in the first year, some people not progressing very fast. Even the first year, they're as fresh as 1 month into their PhD. So they're not really progressing very fast. I've seen many cases like that. So no point you straight away jumping into empirical paper. It's too early. Empirical paper is something you need to read after some time, after you understand the overall research, how it works. Otherwise, you won't be able to understand what is Smart PLS telling, what is SPSS telling, what is MATLAB output is giving, what is Python is giving you. You might not understand. Okay. And once you get all of this, you triangulate the information synthesized from steps 4, 5, and 6 to formulate a credible problem and research gap. Okay, these are the processes to get there. Okay, so ChatGPT and Google Scholar combo hands-on. Okay, so we're going to use a paper. This particular, let me see if the paper is open or not. No, not this paper. Okay, so today I'm going to use this paper as my sample. Always I'll use this paper. Okay, I'll tell you today important criteria in defining a paper for you to read. So this is a paper from International Journal of Information Management. Impact factor 21. Impact factor 21 means it's very, very high impact. It's a very solid paper. You can say the quality of this journal is almost like Ferrari or Lamborghini. It's very, very high level. So when you read this kind of papers, when your impact factor is so high, these are the kind of papers that you cite in your paper journal that you write, or the thesis that you write. It gives a different impacts. Some examiners will go through. They will see what kind of references you are reading. You are reading some really, really useless predatory journals, or you're reading some really, really high quality papers. This is very high quality papers. It determines the quality of your thesis and the perception of your examiner. Remember this, because whatever you input is whatever you get out. Okay, you eat good food, okay, healthy food, you will be healthy, whether you're fat, thin, or what. Not that is a different story, lah. But at least your kidney will function well, your liver will function well, your heart will function well, because you're eating healthy food. Imagine you're eating unhygienic, very dirty food, and so on. You'll get a lot of sickness. Okay, you'll get a lot of problem. Same thing goes to your thesis. Treat your thesis as your body. Okay, don't simply input everything without checking the quality of the literature. You need to check. It's very, very important to do that. Who is unmuted? I cannot find that person. Okay. Right?
Hazia.
Oh, here, found already. Okay, thank you, Dr. Khairun. Oh, again. Okay. Okay. Okay, all right. So, let's go to 1.1. Okay. So, I'm using ChatGPT-4o. Okay. Why do I use ChatGPT? Why I don't use anything else? Okay, why I don't use size space lah, perplexity lah, elicit lah, apa nak kata consensus lah, lead map lah. Why? Why don't I use that? Okay, because let me tell you very simple. Let me go back to here. We have only couple of brainy child. Okay, brainy child. We got ChatGPT, OpenAI. Okay, right. We got OpenAI. Okay, then we got Perplexity. Perplexity have their own, I think, database. I mean, server farm. And then we have next one is Perplexity Cloud. Cloud. Okay, these are and definitely DeepSeek lah. Now DeepSeek. I already did a comparison ChatGPT versus DeepSeek. If you have not watched my videos on TikTok, go and watch. There are two parts: DeepSeek versus ChatGPT. Okay, so OpenAI, Perplexity, Cloud, DeepSeek. These are the, imagine your brain. Okay, these are your brains, right? From here, the micro functions are what? Jenny AI, size space. I call it SCI size space. Rabbit. Apa lagi? Consensus. Elicit. Lead map. Connected papers. Jenny AI, connected papers, what else? Okay, let's say most of the AI tools, okay, they are every day new one coming out, right? It's not that they are investing 3 billion, same, Site AI, same. Site space, Site AI, all the same, Site AI also, okay, Site AI. Okay. All of these people, they're not investing billions and billions of dollars to build server farm. In Malaysia itself, Microsoft wants to invest 2.3 billion, 2.2 billion or something like that. Investing in Indonesia, Thailand, and so on. They already invested. Amazon also. Amazon is supporting, if I'm not mistaken, supporting Perplexity. Sorry, Amazon supporting Perplexity. Cloud, I think, is supporting by some other company. I can't recall. DeepSeek, China-based lah. These are the major brainies. Okay, they are the brain providers. So these guys are all using micro functions. They're using micro tools. Okay, they're just taking the brain and they're using whatever function they want to use. All of these functions you can do directly here. You don't need to pay to any of these people. You can just do it here. So why would I want to waste my money or focus on all this when I can get the source directly? That's my whole logicality. Whatever you're doing inside AI, you want to draw literature matrix, you can do it here. I've done it before in ChatGPT. You want to read paper, the I can do it there. What for? I want to pay Chat PDF, AI PDF, all these tools. I can do it here. Today I'll show you how I read paper with ChatGPT. Okay, so these are the main brains. Among all these, ChatGPT is still the best. OpenAI is still the best. I've tested across Perplexity. I've shown in the past how it will fake information. Perplexity is even worse than OpenAI. Okay, DeepSeek also a lot of fake, very slow DeepSeek, not stable, not really reliable. Information processing is almost the same because they all use transformer network. They all use artificial neural network. It's almost the same way as how my brain and your brain is being wired. The basic functions are all the same. Characteristics sometimes is what makes us different. Okay, of course we are more complex than these beings lah. So you want to go and spend money on each and individual. I know. Okay, do you guys feel that you are overwhelmed with the AI tools? So many tools out there to use. Any of you feeling that when I go out, many people say, use this, use that, use that, use the LinkedIn, you open, the will say, the will put 10 AI tools for one category. Okay. 10 AI tools for writing, 10 AI tools for proofreading, 10 AI tools for literature review. Do you guys feel that? Like, how am I supposed to use? I don't use AI tool. Okay. I am really not I don't use AI tools on any of my work. Okay. I just use that, and sometimes I feel the information that we're giving is I just rather do it myself. Okay. So when I look at it and I look at the students, I really feel bad for them. I'm being very honest. Okay, want to use, don't want to use, that's your problem. Lah. It's for you to decide. Okay, your future. But when I look at it, I see these people simply sharing information just because they want like share or they want to make money out of it. They're trying to sell the software, but it's pointless. It's an utter waste of money. And thank you, Farida. It's an utter waste of money. So I still have a lot of integrity left in me. So I'm telling you, despite people asking me to sell software, a lot of offer I can make honestly very good money. But I don't want to take that part because that is a part of distraction. If you remember, last time masa COVID tu, we had a lot of cryptocurrency. If you remember, we had meme coins. If you follow that trend, you had meme coins lah. We had what do you call that? The picture. Remember, if you have the digital picture, I forgot the name already lah. You can make a lot of money from digital pictures, and you got all this Pokemon coin, cat-looking coin. They make so much of money. You had Ethereum. Oh, where it went? Where it went? What happened to it? Don't know. A lot of people went bankrupt. Same thing happening in AI tools. They are just shoving things down our throat. Shoving. Every day you open, they're shoving down the throat. They say, use this, use this, use this. You don't even know why you're using it, why you need this. Sometimes we even forget that we are human and that we are intelligent. Okay, so I'm telling you, you want something to help you work as your personal assistant at the very cheap price. Use ChatGPT. More than enough already. That fella can give you all the things that you want. That fella is the one supplying the brain to all the other tools. Why bother wasting money? Okay, if you want a lot of money to waste, you waste lah, no problem. Okay, so all of this, Jenny AI, I spoke to them personally. They are in Canada. Okay, I spoke to them personally. They are using partially cloud, mostly open AI servers as their brain. And at the front end, they just do their micro tooling. Micro tooling you can do yourself. I've done already. Okay, I've done and I'm experimenting. Micro tooling means you can do your own function. See, I have my own micro tooling. Okay, I developed my own GPT. This is my own GPT. Just experiment only. Just playing around. This is what they do, and they're selling it to you at very expensive price. You can do it yourself. You don't want to do it, it's okay. OpenAI is more than enough. ChatGPT. So stop getting confused, and instead of us doing research, the actual scenario, instead of us doing research, we're actually spending time trying to see which tool will work best for me. We're wasting so much of time on that than doing the actual research. Okay, so take and throw all of that. You want to use AI, you want to still go on the trend, just use OpenAI. ChatGPT. I'm not selling it. I don't need to sell. They are very well known. They got more than 100 million users. I think probably more than that now. So don't worry. Just go into that. You want to pay, you can pay. You want to use for free, also you can use for free. Makes life easier lah. No need to complicate it. Okay. All right. So on that basis now, let's get to this paper. So I upload my paper. I want the floor to read my paper. So this is the paper. It's on information system capabilities and firm performance. Basically, if you use information system, that means software centric, any software, let's say in university, you use Grammarly, use IDEA, all that are information systems. Okay, part of information. Information system got three different things, got administrative, got infrastructure, and got the user knowledge itself. Okay, everything related to software. How introduction of software actually improve a firm's performance, a company's performance, a university's performance? That's what the paper is talking about. And they introduced two new mediators. They introduced decision-making performance and business process performance. One mediator, two mediator, total two mediators. Okay, they are serial mediators. They introduced to see how information system capabilities, all the software usages, can integrate very well with firm performance or got direct impact by using these two mediators. That's what the paper is all about. Okay, I've already explained to you. So you understand what the paper is. Okay. So I uploaded the paper. I asked the clerk, if this is persona prompting, I give the scenario to that person, to the AI engine lah. Okay. So I asked the clerk, if you were to refer to this paper, what are the new research scopes can be created based on this paper? Then the flow tell me you can extend the model to other emerging economies, industry-specific studies, longitudinal study on IS investment, role of artificial intelligence, blah, 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 so many different things, okay? Some of it are quite good idea, being honest, some of it are quite good idea. Where's the balance, huh? Oh yeah, the next one will come here, sorry. One moment, yeah, sorry, okay. So the next more comprehensive one I'll show in the next segment of today's class. But from here, directly, I upload all this, okay? I get all these ideas. Right? I thought some of the prompt went missing, okay? So I get all these ideas, okay? So extending the model to other emerging economies, industry-specific studies, longitudinal studies on IS investments, role of artificial intelligence, impact of organizational culture, exploring role of cybersecurity, human resource capabilities, and so on and so forth. So there are many different things that you can do here. So let's pick up some of it only. Okay, so we go back to our slide. Okay. So we look at some of the scenarios. We don't have time to explore everything, but we just look at how you can actually use it to align or to create a path for your research. Okay. So first thing, the first say extending the model to other emerging economies. Okay, then let's take the model, the framework, just go and apply in other economies. Can you simply take a framework and apply in other countries and then just use it and get a PhD? Do you think that's possible? Same framework, change the country, get new PhD. Can? Actually cannot. Okay, actually cannot. It's not that straightforward. You cannot simply take a framework from as it is from a paper just change your demographic and then get a new PhD. Cannot. That would defeat the whole purpose of the PhD. You need to have a bit more extension. You need to have your own contribution to the model. Okay, you need to first test run it in your environment. See what else you can bring into your own demographic and see how you can complement or further develop the framework to suit your own local context. You need to, that's where the study takes place. You cannot just plug and play and say, okay, I've implemented in Malaysia, this is the result, give me a PhD. It cannot, it's not that straightforward. You cannot do that. Okay, so therefore, that is why I'm telling. When you use AI, you need your own intelligence. You need your own experience, your own logicality. So don't simply take and plug in and play. You cannot, it doesn't work that way. Okay, if your examiner look at the framework, same framework, Turkey economy, same framework, Malaysian economy, they will never give you the PhD. If they give, then I have nothing much to say lah. Okay, but usually that wouldn't be the case. They will see, okay, what other theories you use? What other development that you do? Okay, why you put this variable here? Why you put this variable as your DV? Why you added more mediators or why you added more moderators? Why you remove one of the mediator? Then you can explain. For Malaysian context, this won't work because of this ABCDR. That's what makes a new research lah. Okay, so another thing, if the developer simply tell you AI, just go and plug in into emerging markets such as India, Brazil, or Nigeria. Data collection, who's going to do? So before, I've seen many cases when I consult students, when look at their idea, I look at their number of, what they call that, their number of variables, number of RORQ, number of things that they want to do. I will ask them, how are you going to collect all the data? Where are you going to get instrument from? Because you'll need at least some of the, recently I saw 2 weeks ago, one framework, it's mixed method. There's framework and there's also the thematic structure. So I told the person, you need one instrument here, you need at least 6 instruments here, 5 to 6 instruments. How are you going to do all this? They wanted to make it so complex, but definitely cannot finish in 3 years. Okay, and this lagi teruk, this one you need to fly to different area. Are you financially viable? Not impossible, definitely you can do, but financially viable, do you have enough time? How are you going to access all the respondents? If you're going to see the CEO of 200 companies in one country or 100 companies in one country, how are you going to access them? How long are you going to do the research? This kind of research will take about 15 years to complete. So that's why you need to understand in your research, you only have 3 years. Don't simply take plug and play whatever AI gives you. You need to understand, can I achieve this or not? Is this novel enough for a minimum PhD or not? These are all the things you need to have. Okay. Then you can look at industry-specific studies, longitudinal studies on IS investments, longitudinal study. Okay, this one, industry-specific study, you can change different industry. But again, industry-specific study also, you cannot just simply take this framework from IT sector, you apply in manufacturing sector and then get a PhD. Cannot also. So these two, these two is not that straightforward. Okay. However, these two is viable idea. Longitudinal studies on IS investments, role of artificial intelligence. Okay, this is what the AI is suggesting we can do next. Okay, so here the main keyword here is sustained IS investments. Okay, and here is role of artificial intelligence. How we bring in these two different variables to make a new study. Okay. Okay, before that, let me answer Amira. Amira got a long question. Why PhD need years to be completed with a new technology such as ChatGPT tools software that can help expedite the analysis? Hence, why can't PhD be completed in 1 or 2 years? Longer it took be completed, hence the thesis might be obsolete already. This question still lingers in my mind. I think very good question. Very, I would say very progressive question. Why can't we make shorter? But when you use the tools, are you sure it's giving you the right answer? How can you verify that? How do you verify the answer?
Tapi dia ada maksimum juga ni.
Okay, sorry. Where was I? So how sure are you that all these tools are actually helping and not actually defeating the whole purpose of doing research? How sure are you that whatever ChatGPT, AI tools, all this giving the literature is comprehensive? You have already covered all the literature out there to make sure that your problem is truly unique. That is where you need to do extra work to prove yourself. That extra work nowadays is actually taking more time. All right. Students are actually spending more time deciding on the software than doing the actual research. Okay. Sometimes I'm thinking that more time is being wasted there. Right. So this is something that more progressive young people like yourself can answer lah. So that you guys are doing the actual research with the tools. If it works out, very good, fantastic. Why not? Without any tools, I finish in 2.5 years. If with tools, if you guys can finish in 1 year, if university allows, why not? Okay, all right. So like I said, like what Siti said, you need time to read, think, digest, reflect, and write. That is one thing. Second thing, whatever the flag giving is really true or not. If you are coming so fresh, suddenly the first and second idea is you look very interesting. You think, yeah, I can finish this. You take and start ready. How are you going to collect data for first and second? This is the limitation of AI. So this is where human intelligence still required, and which takes time for you to filter and analyze well. But very good question nonetheless. Okay, so I'll answer the rest in a while. Now I'm going to verify these ideas here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to old school Google Scholar, because Google Scholar is to date still the most comprehensive database, because internet is controlled by Google. Google has the spider web everywhere in the net. Okay, that's why Google Scholar is still the most powerful. So I'm going to first go into firm performance, information system, sustained investments. Sustained IS investments. So I go into sustained investments. That's my key variable I want to look at. So I go into my Google Scholar. Okay, I go to advanced search. This is where we will decide whether Google Scholar is actually, whether AI is giving you really truly new idea or not. That's what I want to find out. This is where Google Scholar is going to help. So firm performance, information system. These two is, I put it under with all of the words. This advanced search, with all of the words. With exact phrase is sustained investment. This is an important parameter for me, right? So I search. From this search, I have a lot of papers that actually already worked on information system and sustained investments. Already done ready. So example, here go one sustained investments. Okay. Information system and sustained investments done very long ago already. Okay. Information system, again, sustained investment. Then we have this business performance, information systems, sustained investments. Very decent paper, also done ready. Sustained investment, information system, IT consulting firm specific characteristics, done ready. So there are already many studies done already. Sustained investment. So don't simply take from ChatGPT and immediately plug into your study area and then start working on it. No, do investigation first. Whether this flow really giving new idea or the flow just goreng balik and give us. Most of the time the flow just goreng balik only. Okay, the flow just goreng, give you back whatever the flow get. Okay, so what to do? Okay, then how is it useful? Okay, if this is something within your interest, there is a pathway already, you can start doing snowballing from Google Scholar. This is where you combine AI, old school, and your own intelligence. You have trifecta, you're triangulating in all directions. So you're safeguarding yourself. So from here, let's say you have seen this particular paper, 2025. No, this one you won't see. Let's say you go and see, let's look at let's say this example. Conceptualizing and researching the adoption of ICT and the impact on socio-economic development, which already talk about sustained investment in ICT, and also information system is already there, ICT. Okay, so what you can do? You can do snowballing. A lot of people ask me, Doctor, you show me already, but the flow is not giving any new ideas. The flow just going back only. Then why are we using AI? The problem now is we cannot take AI out of students anymore. AI is already an integral part of learning already. But the problem is they are not using it right most of the time. They just copy and paste from there. They don't know that because they don't know the inner working of AI. AI will normally just goreng back and give you the information, paraphrase, it will look like brand new. But if you really go and search, most of the research is already done already. Therefore, just recycled back from old papers. So what you can do, we always should not forget that we are very intelligent. We're intelligent beings, right? So what you can do is, the flow already give you a pathway. Oh, I can go through this. There's sustained investments. So what can I do from there? Okay, then you go to Google Scholar, you search. Okay, then you get this result. From here, 2016 until now, you can see where is the direction going. You do snowballing. Okay, so you go back here again. You click this particular button here in Google Scholar. You click, like I said, this spider web, Google Scholar has the best because the flow controls the whole internet. Not all websites will have the linkages like Google Scholar has. That's why I still like it. So I open up the Fleur and then I filter from the most latest. I want to see what is done. So I can go through all this paper. I want to see where is sustained investments going. Then I will go to 2024. I will see where it's heading towards. You want to take this paper, you want to get AI to read for you, speed up, that's your part to deal with. But I'm just telling you how you can expand the search and you go. So you know that you're going on the right path so that you don't end up in the wrong direction. Okay. So this is where Google Scholar really helps. And not only that, okay, so you can filter all the years here. From the same paper, so, okay, this paper, cited by means it's forward snowballing. From 2016 to 2025, what are the developments? Easy for you to find out. No need to pay any money, it's free. They will tell you already what has been done. Just they have to spend a bit of time to analyze through, take the most relevant to you. Okay, and apart from that, you can also see related articles. That means even before 2015 also, sorry, 2006 here, you can see, sorry, not here, before 2016 also, you can see related articles. So you can see all other version and work done. See, even from 2009. This is overall snowballing, not just forward. Overall, back and forward, both also. Okay, so you can see all the related 2007, 2011, 2019. Why? Why past is important? You cannot just ignore the past. You want to see what was done before this ready. What was done from your seed paper. This is your example, this is your seed paper. Sorry, this one is a seed paper. Your initial paper that you really like, that you really want to move into. Then from there, you want to see surrounding to that paper before and after what had been done until recent times. Then you can have the full developmental knowledge. Okay, this is what has been done. Okay, now from here, what can I do? So you have the overall perspective. Your project already, this is how we do project development. Now, so we already do the full literature survey ready. You got full scoping ready. Then from there, now I move. This is my direction I want to go. So if I were you, I won't just take from here, plug and play. From here, I will go one more layer. I will do my own study so that I am 100% secure. I have full confidence. Then from there, you want to go back to AI, you can go back. No problem. Okay. So anything that AI gives you, okay, from all of this, take with a pinch of salt. Okay. If you don't believe me, I can give you the sharing. You take all, I can share this outcome, and this 1.2, sorry, 1.1 here. 1.1, you can take all these ideas, you can go and search in Google Scholar, you will surely find work done already. It won't be entirely new, like totally new variable that people never used before. It won't happen. All of this done already. So just goreng balik and give you. From there, you are the one have to find the pathway and go. Okay? All right? I hope that is clear. That's a bit of hands-on for you guys. Same goes to artificial intelligence also. This is the other variable. Let me just quickly show that also. So this is role of artificial intelligence and emerging technologies. So they're asking us to add AI into the overall information system study. So we go to this. Here, the advanced search, instead of sustainable investments, I switch to artificial intelligence. Okay, from here, you can see influence of artificial intelligence on firm performance, the business value of AI-based transformation projects, already published already, 2020. Yeah, already published already. Business intelligence capabilities and firm performance, study in China, already done already. Many similar studies on AI already done. So that's why, see this one, employee artificial management information systems to improve business efficiency. So it's more or less done already. So there's not so much that you can go with. Just adding artificial intelligence won't give you a new PhD. So you need to open all this. You need to go through the snowballing effect to see where it had ended now. From there, what can you do to continue? Okay, clear? Everyone, any questions? Have you guys ever used AI in combination with Google Scholar to do the snowballing effect and so on? No questions, huh? All right. Okay, let's go to research gaps. All about research gaps. So now I already told you how to explore new topics, how to use AI to look at the pathway. AI is very good showing you can take this road down the way. But from this, where it leads to the end, okay, to your scroll, horrible graduation hat, but anyway, graduation hat, you need to decide whether you're going to go here or you're going to go here or you're going to go here. End of the day, your intervention is still required, very much required, right? So I leave that to you guys to ponder upon. Now coming to types of gaps. So you need to know what kind of gaps you want to look at. There is evidence gap, empirical gap, knowledge gap. Evidence gap is something that you do when you have contradicting findings. So you're finding all this artificial intelligence adding into information system. You are studying back the next since 2016 until now. What happened? And you're finding this flow is telling AI do that, that flow is telling AI do something else. A lot of contradicting finding. That's your game. That's your pathway. So that's your evidence gap. From there, you start building the appropriate framework to address that particular concern. Same empirical gap is something that from theory never done empirical work before. So first time you're going to go into it. So that's empirical gap. Knowledge gap is something that you normally do in education area. You develop new pedagogy, new curriculum, and so on and so forth. Methodological gap is something that you find new ways to conduct the research. Okay, for your own research pathway lah. Okay. Theoretical gap is what normally we all do because there is a limitation in theory. Theoretical gap is what you do when there is no contradicting information. It's just you want to develop further. You want to add more variables. You want to go on a new path. That is theoretical gap. Okay. Population gap is something that you do with qualitative study, mostly policy developments and so on. So usually all the research will fall within these 6 items. From here, you can decide which would be your gap. So you know this is my pathway. Not necessarily only one. There can be multiple gaps also. Okay? Sorry. Excuse me. So what are the best methods to find these gaps? Citation analysis, like what I showed you earlier. Forward snowballing, backward snowballing, and so on. Snowballing you can even do in AI tools. From lead map also you can do. But lead map will give you nice 3D diagram, but it's exactly or probably even less effective compared to Google Scholar because lead map don't have access to all the journals. It doesn't have. Google Scholar have the full database. Okay, but lead map can do that 3D not 3D that network effect diagram lah, which Google Scholar cannot do. Right? So citation analysis is that. After you download the papers, when you read through that is content analysis. Meta-analysis is something that I don't think you will do, so you can forget that for now. You can also look into systematic reviews to find new gaps, definitely. And from all the papers that you read, always look for future research and limitations. Okay? Citation analysis I've shared with you already how you can do directly from Google Scholar. Google Scholar has its own PDF reader. If you never download and use, it has a bit of AI ability in Google Scholar PDF reader. It's completely free. You can download and use if you want to. Anyone using Google Scholar PDF reader? Paper reader? Do you guys know it exists? Okay. If you don't know how to use it or you don't know that it exists or how to install it, you need to do a few steps to install. You can find it here. Okay, I shared a couple of months ago. You can use it from here. Okay, I've shared the video already. You can see how to install it and so on. So how to use it. Not install it, I think how to use it. Okay. Yes, it is very helpful actually. Quite good. Quite good. So that is the link to Google Scholar. Okay, Google Scholar PDF reader. Next, content analysis. I will share with you this paper, a very unique paper that I dug up and found. Very well written that will explain to you how do you do content analysis of a paper. Today I will also teach you how to do prompting for content analysis. I'll teach you also. This is manual way. I'll teach you today more AI way. Okay. Then from there we are coming down to our 12 steps consulting framework. All right. So from there we need to look into topic exploration is usually done is two very important steps. Okay, and again I always emphasize to all the students this is the 12 steps framework. Okay, so you got thesis here, you got proposal here, slide right in the middle. Masters also same like you can sort of assume it's almost the same steps, just that the time taken is much shorter for masters. All right, so from here within step one itself, okay, you should already resolve your topic exploration. I'm looking at students who are almost finishing the analysis chapter 4 and 5, but they're coming back to rewrite their problem statement. They're saying problem statement not enough. They have to redo literature review and so on. Is because they never did a very strong step 1, step 2. If you step 1, step 2, I always emphasize a lot on this. Most of my videos will talk about this. If you can strengthen this very well, you got very strong 10 pages, followed by very good chapters 1 to 3, usually rest of your journey will be very good. Will be very easy, to be honest. These two is the toughest thing for you to do. Very tough. The rest all, I won't say very tough. Analysis and so on, once you already know the method, is actually very straightforward. This is the toughest part. So spend most of your time developing a very good proposal. Don't do a wishy-washy proposal. And long doesn't mean good. Okay, just because you have 100 pages proposal doesn't mean it's good. I've seen 140 pages proposal, I think 2 months ago. Now is March, January. 2 months ago was completely scrapped in USM during a proposal defense. I think 180 pages of proposal, complete utter crap. Just copied and pasted from AI, literally, completely utter crap. Thrown out. Student has to redo the full chapters 1 to 3 again. Completely change topic. Okay, so don't just copy and paste lah. Why I say always 10 pages? Okay. You saw the student, I just see the student scratch 180 pages, right? Most of the time because they don't do very strong 10 pages. You must do a very strong 10 pages to explain what exactly you're doing. What is your problem statement? What is your framework? What is your solution? What is your theory? What is your method? Very brief in 10 pages that will sensible, that your supervisor accepts. From there, once your supervisor see, okay, there is potential for the idea, they'll ask you to move to write chapters 1 to 3. That's when you do this. Most of the time, from my experience, you have 10 pages proposal, very good one. Your chapters 1 to 3 won't be that difficult. Okay. I think nanti dia akan share. And later I'll ask Dr. Cairo. Don't worry, okay? We'll share in the group, in UITM WhatsApp group. Okay? So from there, once these two are settled, then proofreading, there are many methods to do now. Okay? So we can keep that aside. This is very crucial. A lot of students are still doing it very last minute. Very last minute. My advice, as always, I think UITM you can still do for students to graduate. Even Myra General will do. I think it's not necessarily Scopus. Some faculty require Scopus. I don't know. That depends. It really differs from faculty to faculty. But my advice: do minimum Scopus. Okay, and it takes about 6 months to 1 year. Okay, to finish. To get acceptance. I would say nowadays sometimes even more than 1 year. Scopus, Web of Science, you can forget it. Web of Science sometimes more than 2 years. If you're lucky, it will be less than 1 year, but sometimes it's taking more than 2 years. Okay, finish your proposal defense training, finish your proposal defense. Make sure you address every corrections given here. Why? Because these are the same examiners, internal examiner will come for your Viva here. Okay, so they will look at your proposal with correction or without correction, what was done in this Viva. If you don't do the corrections given, then you can imagine how they will feel. All right. So that's why my advice always do all the corrections. Don't skip. Don't rush into data collection. Then after that, you can build your data. We normally, usually when after we coach for the correction, we can look into SPSS, Smart PLS, Amos, uh, uh, NVivo, Atlas TI, Python, MATLAB, many different software that we work on. Then finish your chapters 4 and 5. Align your chapter 1 to 5. Chapter 1 to 3, 50 to 80 pages more than enough. Some people say, but I need thesis more than 300 pages. You do it here. After your 4 and 5 is certain, you know this the direction, then you expand your chapter 1 to 5. You expand more pages into chapter 1 to elaborate further. From there, you can extract more papers if you want to, empirical papers. And then final proofreading, I leave it to you. It's your choice whether you want to give it to a human being to proofread or you still want to stick with Grammarly. That is your call. But my advice, not because we are providing proofreading, you can find anyone in the world to proofread, even your friend if you want them to proofread, but you need that human touch to tell whether it makes sense or not. Sometimes what your mind says is not what you write because you already understand it. You will need a third party point of view to give you new perspective, to tell you this is wrong. This one doesn't make sense. Why are you writing it this way? You need that. Okay, so that is where human-based proofreading is very, very important. Okay, then prepare for your Viva, mock Viva with the supervisors, mock defense with the supervisors always. Then finish your Viva, settle your correction perfectly. Now, looking into this publication, really how long it takes, you can figure it out from here. Sorry. This is the overall diagram. Let me go here. Where's the publication? Here. Okay. So this is a very good example. Okay. So these are all last year acceptances that we worked on. This is my own paper. Okay. Scopus, Cogent Journal, Business Management took us about 1 year and 3 months. Okay. We coached the students 7 different rejections. One more, this one is only one submission, took about 9 months. Okay, this is SCIE lah. Like I said, some special cases we can get Web of Science about less than a year. This is my own paper. I co-authored this paper with Prof. Effie and Dr. Hero, SLR paper. Q1 impact factor 10.8, a BMC journal. Took us almost 2 years and 2 months to get acceptance. So if you really want good journals, it actually takes time. This one took about 11 months. So for Scopus, I would say it always falls within 6 months to 1.5 years. So you need to prepare early. So how do we normally help students? This is what we normally do. Okay, our coaching mode, we do comprehensive coaching. We guide, we tell this is the literature material, this is how you find. Step by step, we'll take the students and go. And sometimes on consulting mode. Right, so these are the 2 modes we normally assist. Let's skip and go here. Now we go into literature databases. Okay, so I already told you how to find topic, how to use ChatGPT persona prompting, but very mild. I'll go deeper in a while. From there, how do you search in Google Scholar? Okay, so those are all kind of database related. But in full perspective, you have all these databases in the world with research paper, which most of us don't go to. Nowadays, we just go to Consensus or Elicit, we look for paper. But you have to understand most of the journals, the good ones, Elsevier, Taylor, Francis, Wiley, Sage, IEEE, IMAC, all these journals, they are all subscription-based journals. Very rarely they are open access, unless you got MDPI and Frontiers, but those are not respectable anymore. People don't want to cite those papers anymore because they're very worried. It's predatory. So therefore, that is where AI tools cannot access these journals. Because if you cannot access, you need UITM access to access most of the papers. That means AI tools also cannot access. That is the worst part. That means AI tools also cannot access. If you cannot, AI tools also cannot. So what happens? It only gives you the journals that the clerk can access. So essentially what happens? You miss out on majority of chunk of literature. All right, that is why you still need to go old school and do your research. Need to make sure all the papers are. That's why I'm bringing in Google Scholar today to help you guys not to miss out on that essential chunk of papers, especially high impact papers. Okay, that is where Web of Science database, Scopus database, and Google Scholar databases and Google Scholar database play a very, very big role. Then you have everything else lah, but all of this comes under these three databases. You'll find them all. Okay. I've given the template in my Telegram group already. All the databases with all the links. Live link. You can just download and go through all the databases if you want to. If you want to stick to Site AI, LEC, consensus, and so on, that's your decision. No problem. Okay. I'm just telling you what are the major limitations. And if you see, end of the day, all databases, all of it will go into these three major players: Google Scholar, Web of Science, Scopus. Unfortunately, these two, you need paid access. This one is free lah. Okay. Telegram link, you can find it from here. Okay, you can find it from there. Okay, now, for those who don't know, how many of you here never used Scopus or Web of Science databases before? Never explored before? Scopus and Web of Science. Some of you, do you guys know there are Scopus and Web of Science databases? You can go look for papers. Okay, if you don't know, never used before, don't know how to use, you can watch these two videos from my playlist. Study I'll share again my full playlist. That I have taught step by step how to use filters, how to use database, how to use filters, how to use keywords, how to build search string, all of those in these two videos. You can go and watch if you want to. Okay, I've given step by step. Each almost 1 hour plus 1 hour. Okay, for you to, this is all free, you can go and learn how to use those databases. I can tell you, most of the Web of Science and Scopus papers are not being shown by most of the AI tools because they have absolutely no access. Okay, they cannot show the full, if they can also, they will show from the abstract only. They cannot read through the full text. Unless the PDF can be found in, they won't use Sci-Hub. AI tools will never use Sci-Hub because that is infringement, that is criminality already. They won't do. But what they will do is they'll try to download from ResearchGate, any other third-party website which has PDF file, but they'll never take it from Sci-Hub. Okay. Web of Science Scopus, okay, put it this way. Google Scholar has all the databases, Web of Science, Scopus, PubMed, and a lot of rubbish also. I'm being honest. Okay, a lot of rubbish, a lot of predatory journals. So Google Scholar has everything. Google Scholar has everything that you can think of. Web of Science is very specific, very high quality journals only. If you want quality, you should go to Web of Science. And Scopus is second in command in terms of quality. Okay, even Scopus has a lot of predatory journals. Recently Helion was kicked out of Web of Science. Elsevier, Helion was kicked out from Web of Science. So you can imagine if you only use AI tools, which is out of this whole game, only some they have access, then you can see how much you're missing out. That's why you still need to go back. Bachelor's and diploma level are no problem. They're not really bothered. You cannot compare yourself to bachelor students who is glorifying AI. You are doing PhD. There is a standard for you to follow. Okay, you cannot compare yourself to undergraduates and diploma students and school students. That's why you're getting doctorate. Yes. So you need to really go and explore and study based on latest high impact journals and create an idea based on that. Okay. Yes, you guys can ask in the group nanti, Naja. You can ask, nanti I can share whatever I miss out. Okay, no problem. AI facility Scopus AI. Scopus AI also nowadays not everyone can use. There's some issues with Scopus AI also. Web of Science AI, I don't see it coming anytime soon yet. Because like I said, the major limitation, a lot of misinformation. So they are slowing down. A lot of people are actually slowing down. Okay. Okay, now we go into the most important segment today. Hands-on paper crunching. Let's take 5 minutes. I know most of you are fasting, so take a bit of breather, relax a bit, recover, Then we will continue back in 5 minutes time. All of you can take break lah. Okay. Then we go through, and this is very, very, very interesting thing I'm going to share with all of you. A complete ChatGPT persona prompt engineering for paper reading. Very interesting. First time I'm sharing this. I built this on my own from scratch. Okay. So I'll be sharing this so that you can know precisely how to read a paper in a more realistic manner. Okay. So let's take 5 minutes and we'll come back. Okay, so welcome back. Okay, so this is my literature summary template. So if you're wondering, when you're going to read a paper, what, if let's say you're going to use AI tool to read a paper, what particular segments, how do you prompt it to precisely read a paper? Okay, before I get into it, how many of you actually upload a paper and then just ask AI tool to summarize the full paper at one go? How many of you do that? Tell me. It's okay. You can share in the chat box. How many of you actually just upload a paper PDF and ask the floor to read the full paper, one go, summarize and give the output to you? Protocol raising hands. Okay. Um, okay. So whoever upload into AI tool, never did that sebab takut macam provide data ke AI, salah fikir macam tu. Okay, so how many of you after asking the floor to read your paper, okay, summarize for you the whole paper at one go, how many of you have gone back to read the paper and then found out that a lot of information actually missing? How many of you have actually realized that? So I'm very, very glad that some of you do that, and it's very true. Because if a 20 pages paper being summarized into a couple of lines, massive amount of information will be missed out. Massive, crazy amount of information will be missed out. Okay, so that's why we have this template to tell you how you have to analyze segment by segment to get this necessary information. This is your guideline lah. Your guideline in terms of when you're going to summarize what segments you must have the information coming from. Okay, I usually read the abstract to know if the content is suitable to what I want and read it through the whole. Suitable. Okay, all right. So from here, what I did now is, for those who really want to use AI, they are still finding a way to use it, right? I'm not encouraging you to use AI to read. I am not. But this is to cater to the group of students who still wants to use AI to read their paper because they have no time to go through and so on. You uploading a full paper and then just asking the to summarize is completely and utterly wrong. Okay, utterly wrong. Don't ever do that because a lot of information will be exposed to you. The flow will just ignore a lot of information. The flow will just give you what the flow feels right. Okay, so don't ever do that. That's why what I did, I got 6 different prompts for a paper, okay, so that it covers a lot of segments. Okay, 7 actually, 7. The 7th one I did not add here, but I just added. Okay, I'll show you for the full prompting lah. Okay, all using persona prompting. All right, using persona prompting. So we go to our ChatGPT first. So we can close all this. Okay, now we go to this. Okay, so this is 1.2. So for class 1, I have done few exercises for you guys. So I upload the same paper again. Okay, and then I told the flat persona lah. So you create the flat as a persona. If you're carrying out a PhD thesis, would you consider the attached paper as a reference? If yes, what are the quality criteria do you consider? Quality of the paper that you read is absolutely important. Again, I have to stress it. Very important. Please don't read unindexed new journals, new conference papers. Doesn't really give you much impact. It doesn't really give you much of a finding. It's very, very surface, very on the surface. It doesn't give you much of an information. It doesn't make you an expert by reading all those things, right? Correct, Sampurna. Okay, glad to hear that. Okay, so I asked the floor, if this paper, would you read or not? So the floor give me quality criteria. You must look at general impact, reputation, author credential, theoretical foundation, methodology, blah, 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 all of this, which is true. Okay, which is true. And the gave me final recommendation. If your research aligns with the paper scope, it can be a valuable reference. Ensure if you compare your other high impact studies. Okay. So then based on that, now I'm combining persona prompting and funnel prompting. So for persona, I'm also funneling down. That means I'm narrowing down the questions I'm asking the plan. So I'm going deeper. So ask the plan next thing. What is the journal impact and indexing? So the plan tell me impact factor 20.1. Simago journal ranking 5.775. This is for Web of Science. This is for Scopus. So how to verify whether this information is true or not? Okay, very simple. You open the paper, take the journal name. Even if you don't have Web of Science access, you still can find it. Okay, go to the journal website. Most of the journal will have the information. This is the journal. You can see 20.1 impact factor. All right, 20.1 impact factor, which is true, what the first said. Then the first told me site score from Scopus is 28.8. This is Simago. This is a third-party website. Impact factor is Web of Science. Site score is Scopus, 28.8. However, the real number is 53.1. Again, misinformation. That's what I'm saying. Anything that AI gives you, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Right at the entrance itself, I tell you already, the information is wrong. This is not true. Okay, but anyway, from the actual journal, you can know it. How to verify? Okay, so basically, you take this journal, okay, whatever journal that you're uploading, okay. If you really want to use AI to find the information, you can, or you can just go to the website directly. You just paste the journal's name in Google Scholar, open it up. Okay, you can find 20.1 impact factor and 53.1 site score. So you compare this with the information given by ChatGPT. So from there, you can know impact factor 20.1 is true. However, site score from Scopus 28.8 is false, not true. So such simple information itself, sometimes few $100 million investment AI is not doing well. So if you are using SciSpace, Site AI, Consensus, Elicit, which operates based on the brain of ChatGPT, how would you trust it? That's my question. So just how someone said, why don't we use AI, make our PhD 1 year, 1.5 years? Very good, good. But how will you trust it? Such simple information that we're giving you is not true. So this is where you really need to still go back to your own intelligence to use it, right? Okay. From here, you can see this is very important. Where is index? If I were you, okay, if I were you, I would definitely look for journals that is minimum index in Scopus. Definitely with Web of Science even better, SSCI. SSCI is Web of Science. Minimum indexing must be Scopus. If it's not Scopus, not Web of Science, I probably wouldn't want to include it as part of my literature process. Why? Why do I say so? Okay. For a journal to be indexed in Web of Science and Scopus, for a journal, let's say now you're creating a journal, you're creating a journal of Malaysian business studies. Just say you're creating now. It takes you 2 to 3 years of very high quality publication, very good language, very good filtration, very good peer review process for you to even get considered into Scopus. After that, there is a long process for you to go through to get into Scopus. The quality factor is different level. Okay, Web of Science is even more tougher, very, very difficult. That's why we always encourage you to read Web of Science Scopus Index journals. Try not to go below that. Okay, because it has certain quality before the journal can be indexed in those indices. Like Elsevier, Helion was kicked out because they're not producing or not publishing very high quality papers, very money centric. So they got kicked out. MDPI, most of them got kicked out also. Yeah, it can be challenging, but I'm pretty sure you can find. Nowadays, most of the journals actually provide, Marlena. They do provide. You have to really go and look for the abstract and indexing segment. Some journals, they really put inside. I don't know why they hide it also. Okay? All right. So now the quality metric done. Always before you read, check the quality. What are you learning? What kind of papers you are reading? Okay? Yes, certain topic would be very difficult to find scopus Web of Science. If that is the circumstances, then you can choose not to go into Web of Science scopus lah. But you must be able to justify that also lah. Okay. All right. Next part. Please summarize only the introduction section of the paper. Now you see very clearly here. I'm only asking the flirt to summarize the introduction. I don't want the flirt to read anything else. Only the introduction. Okay. So this is the introduction of the paper. 1 page, second page with the literature matrix, and then third page. All right. Almost 3 pages of information is shrinked into only that amount of information. So even this, I'm afraid some of the information might be missing. So imagine if you just put in the whole paper and ask people to read, not going segment by segment. So my strategy, if you really want to use AI, go segment by segment. Okay, and the flag give you all this information. So let's go back to the slide. Okay, this is from the introduction ChatGPT base. I pasted here so that we can analyze through. Okay, so the 1.0 introduction. Hallucination as known as fake information. You must tread carefully. Okay, this is my first, what do you call it? My first important info for you before you start. Always keep this in mind. Fake information. Okay, so the part that will give key research gaps and motivation from the introduction. Key research gaps and motivation. Prior studies present mixed results on the direct impact of IS and on firm performance, which is true. Okay, which is true. However, if you look at this, many studies focus on IT investment alone. Okay, many studies ignoring decision-making and business processes as mediators. This is wrong. Okay, this is a very wrongful word to use. So if you never read the journal, you will really think, okay, you will really think that all the people actually ignore. How can they ignore? In research, we don't ignore. It's just that we never did this part or we never focus into this. There is no such thing called ignoring. No one ignores because it's incremental research. So this kind of word, if you don't read the paper, you will think that it's actually true, but actually no, it never ignore. If you read the full paper, there is no word called ignore. No one ignored. It's just incremental research. They're exploring new area, right? So it is not ignoring. It is just not required. Wrongful justification to use this kind of words. So you must be very, very careful when you want to summarize directly from AI tools. Okay, next thing. There is a lack of empirical research in emerging economies such as Turkey. Okay, empirical research in emerging economies, not true. This paper, if you read through the paper, okay, the paper that we just uploaded, people already done the study in Brazil, India, and both Brazil, India, the study conducted already. But here, the first simply say, blatantly, lack of empirical research in emerging economies. This is wrong. So you might mistakenly quote this in your writing. Many empirical research already not done in emerging economies, including India, Brazil, and Turkey. Let's say you never read the paper, so you just write it like that. That is wrong already. Literature-wise, that is totally wrong already. If the examiners really go deeper into introduction and background and so on, and problem statement even, that would be a major catastrophic problem for you. Okay, that would send a wrong message that you're not reading the papers. Okay, you don't ever want to do that with an examiner. So there are many empirical research in various emerging economies done already, just that Turkey was not done for these mediators. Like I said, misinformation. So imagine if you just upload and ask the upload to read the full paper without going section by section. Even more problem you will find. But there are also good segments. Like this one, it's quite precise. All this quite precise. So you really need to, once after summarize already, you still need to go and read the paper. Then some of you might be thinking, I do get this question, then what's the point of me using AI? It is your decision, your choice. Some people really want to use AI, thinking that it actually solves the problem. But today, my intention is to tell you how to prompt precisely, and even if you prompt precisely, what are the problems you will face. So it is for you to decide what is the best method forward. Okay? So always remember, AI summarizes and can miss out on essential information. When I now go to next segment, literature review section. Okay, so this is literature review from this page, page number 3. So 1 page here, 2, 3, 4. Okay, almost 4 pages. Right, almost 4 pages. Okay, so this is how I prompt for literature review. If you were to start a literature review based on attached paper for a new related topic, how would you summarize the below section? If you wonder why do I do this, because section 2 usually will have different names. Introduction, usually they'll call introduction, so I don't do this. But when it comes to literature, some people just call it literature review. Some papers call it fundamental review. Some paper calls it fundamental of studies. Some calls it theoretical. Some got different names. In this paper, it is called section 2 theoretical background hypothesis. So focusing only in this segment, right? So before I go into this, there are a few questions. Doctor, what do we do if the journal asks us to pay for the article? Expensive amount also sometimes. Yeah, that case you need to access through UiTM. If you don't have, you can access through ResearchGate. If you still cannot find, today I'll be recording a video on how to email the authors to ask for the paper. I'm actually working on that now, how to actually email the authors. So watch my space lah. I'll be releasing the video soon. Can you explain about MDPI papers 2 years ago was kicked out many journals from Scopus and Web of Science. China government announced that I think they don't want to fund for any MDPI papers anymore, APC lah. And Malaysia also followed suit. Indonesia also followed. Many other countries followed. MDPI, Frontiers and Indawi. These three publication companies, because they're open access. And you know what's the best part? Most of the AI tools always will give you citation from MDPI, Frontiers, Indawi, because they are all open access. That's why you need to know what you are reading. Okay. Can I ask ChatGPT to find the related info to my objective? Asking directly. You can. You can ask anything you want, just that you need to reinvestigate whether the information is true or not. Any AI tools, you need to reinvestigate. Okay. Okay, now from the section 2, you get all this information: theoretical background, categorization, IS capabilities, role of decision making, hypothesis development, implication. So from 4 pages, this is the only information we have gotten. So let's see how the information is. Okay, so LR section. My question, is the information enough? Not sure. But when I read down through, okay, one of the factor here, it says IS human resource capability positively influences decision making and business processes. Okay, we might think this is true. Okay, positively influences decision making and business processes. Sounds like it's already done, right? It's actually not. This is a hypothesis. All right, but sometimes AI cannot differentiate between hypothesis and actual information, actually done information. So if you never read the paper, you might think, yeah, this is already done, and you might quote it in your literature. This is actually hypothesis. If you don't read the paper, you might think this is actual result. These are all misinformation. And then down here, role of decision-making and business process performance. Decision-making performance is key in linking IS capabilities to business success. This is not true at all. There is no such thing. Okay, even without decision-making performance, the link of IS capability to business success is already there. This is blatantly a lie, unfortunately. Okay, so these are the kind of problems that you will face. Okay, then we go to the next part. The rest of it are good. Okay, this is precise. Okay, but a lot of things are missing, not really spoken about, but it's up to you how much of information you need. If you really dig deeper, I know this paper in and out, so I know this is not true, this is not true. From just this much, already this information all wrong. Okay, then next segment, we go to methodology. How do we prompt for methodology? That's how you prompt. Summarize the methodology section, and if you were to design a different and much improved methodology compared to the present attached paper, what would you do differently? So now you can realize I start asking for new information, new ideas. Why? Because introduction and literature review speaks about the paper. It's going into the paper. Okay. However, in the case of Dr. Khairon, it says 5 minutes only left. Will it shut down on its own?
So I'm not really sure. Doctor.
Okay, all right. Hopefully it doesn't.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, so let me try to speed up a bit. So when it comes to introduction literature review actually goes into the paper. So you can ask them for new idea, but it's not really appropriate because it is actually talking about the paper. So when you start asking new ideas, it'll actually give you idea about the actual existing paper. But when you talk about methodology, results and discussion, that's where the new ideas will be given on what is not done yet. That's why methodology, result, discussion are the best place to ask for future ideas, new ideas. Okay? So that's why I ask you specifically, what would you do differently? Then the flag give me all this information. Okay, I'll go to the slide shortly. Let me just finish here. And then, so from this point, how to design a much improved methodology, expand sample size diversity, use a mixed methods approach, not just survey, use objective performance metrics, apply longitudinal research design, add industry specific analysis and so on. Okay, final thought. Then next part, data analysis results. If you were to look at the data analysis and results, what were the important highlights and how can we generate new ideas from the results itself? Then the flag give me all the summary of the current result. Okay. Then generating new research idea from the result. So again, artificial intelligence is coming in again into the play. Okay. Expand to digital first companies. Cloud and cyber security, something completely new. Okay. Not the idea, but the concept is being stated here for the first time. Adding psychological and behavioral insights, linking IS capabilities to innovation. So these are the kind of things that will quickly give you a pathway. And remember, from here, you still need to go to Google Scholar. You cannot skip Google Scholar. Okay? Then, finally, section 5 discussion. How would you conclude the contributions of this paper in all perspectives and what can be further improved? Okay? So, contribution and future improvement of the discussion section. These are all key contribution of the current papers. Current papers, practical contribution, and this is all futuristic stuff that you can do. Right? Areas for improvement, expanding the sample scope, using objective performance matrix, conducting a longitudinal study, exploring the role of AI, adding psychological behavioral aspects, and so on. So it's almost similar to the results part. So you can know already, these are the pathways that I can take. Okay, but again, it could be recycled. You need to check in Google Scholar. Don't quote me that I said can. Okay, so that is how you read a paper. Okay, so from here, methodology, example, the answers given. The first said, increase the sample to 500 plus firms. The original is 204. They say increase to 500 plus. Don't simply increase. You cannot just simply increase like that. You need to do a proper statistical calculation and viability study whether such sampling can be met or not. Where you're going to go and find 500 CEOs? How many of them are going to entertain you? It's not that easy. So you need to think of practicality also. Okay, then they say expand to multiple countries. Go to Turkey, Brazil, India. Who's going to sponsor your flight? Who's going to talk to the people there? How are you going to reach out to them? It will take you about 10 years to finish this kind of PhD. So don't simply take at face value. Always think of the logicality. All right. Then 4.0 results. Okay. If you remember just now, this part here, it said decision-making performance is literature review. Decision-making performance is key in linking IS capabilities to business success. You look at the results here, the same paper. That's why I say reading segment by segment is important. Decision-making alone does not improve financial performance. It must translate into better business process first. Contradicting statement. Within the same paper, AI giving two different results. Who can decide which is right? Only us who is reading it. Going into new ideas from this segment, this is a very valid idea to look into. Another good valid idea, expanding digital first companies, whether it creates an impact or not. And then examining cloud and cyber security infrastructure. These are all new elements you can research into from ChatGPT's idea. Okay, and then going to discussion. Okay, discussion here when the first summarize. The study expands RBV theory by showing the IS capabilities do not directly improve firm performance. Instead, decision-making and business process efficiency serve as mediators. Not true. This study was only conducted because there were contradicting reports in literature. So, again, misinterpretation. So they just experimented with added mediators and further investigate. That was the whole objective of the paper. And here, new insights, unlike previous studies that assume a direct IS to firm performance link, this paper opens the black box. Okay, exactly my point. Because the first said there was direct relationship before. Okay, for the first time, they used mediators. While this one completely says something else. So that is my point. Even within the same line, the flow gives contradicting information. But in terms of new ideas, it gives you some really good, expand the global market is not easy. Okay, it's a viable idea, probably not for PhD. Use of real financial data, that means secondary data. Conduct long-term studies, longitudinal studies, time series studies. Investigate AI and digital transformations role. Incorporate behavioral cognitive psychology. These are all elements that you can look into. Okay? And very, very, very important, I always emphasize on Turnitin AI. Turnitin AI, okay, you can watch these two videos. I've given a lot of perspective. One, we got 1.6 million views. This one got 200,000 plus views. Two, both on TikTok. You can watch it. I've shared how Turnitin AI has expanded into two different segments. Okay, they don't only scan AI usage now. They also scan when you use AI usage. When you use paraphrasing tool to cover up the AI usage, also can be detected. There are two different functions added now. So go and analyze yourself. Be very, very careful when you use it. And any humanizing tool, please don't waste money on it. It won't work. Experimented also already. Undetectable AI, Quillbot, all this won't work. The only way that you can solve Turnitin AI is by paraphrasing your own. Okay, and I can tell you, honestly speaking, paraphrasing on your own, last time we used to paraphrase for similarity index. When we pick up things from online, got similarity here and there, we try to make adjustment and so on. It's a very normal process. But now, to paraphrase for Turnitin AI with false positive. False positive means even when you write on your own, sometimes it shows as AI. I also have the same problem. We will get that. But usually it will show you around 30 to 40%. Usually supervisors will understand this, so it's not really you copied everything. When it goes above 70, 80%, then it is actual AI usage. Okay, so you need to see where you are standing. And to paraphrase that back is far more difficult, far more difficult than similarity problem, the old school similarity problem. It really takes a lot of effort to paraphrase back. So keep that in mind. So my advice to you, try not to just copy and paste. It gives you more problem. Okay, all right. So this was an experiment that we did. 94% detect AI, we reduced to 0%. And crazy, it's crazy, all right? So the usual standard now, global standard is 20%. The moment you hit 20%, the AI, Turnitin AI in Turnitin software will show a star. Okay, it won't show the percentage anymore. That means it's already below 20%. You're good to go. Okay? Okay, after paper reading, what is next? Okay, before that, let me see. What is the best way to describe the research gap? Best way to describe. I actually don't get your question, Nurul. You want to rephrase your question? I don't really understand what is the best way. Your problem statement is how you write it. Research gap. Okay, let me put it this way. As long as you can critically review all the existing literature, okay, and then from there you will be able to explain what your contribution is, your idea contribution. That is the best way to describe research gap. Okay, we usually need to finish literature review according to more articles. Your example only lists one. How many papers can I upload to ChatGPT once a time? If I were you, I'll only upload one by one. I'm telling you that you shouldn't even read one paper at one go. You should go segment by segment. So if you want me to tell you how to upload many papers at any given time, that defeats the whole purpose of the class today, actually, to be honest to you. So that actually putting a lot of risk by you uploading many. You can upload as many as you want. The floor will tell you the floor can do everything. But how much you want to trust it, that is up to you. Okay? All right. So from there, as you read, please produce literature matrix. Okay. This template also you can find in our Telegram group, which I've summarized for a particular study. I've shown how to do it. And a very good example I can show you is this. Okay. This is a very, very, hi, Dr. Sarah. I hope you're well. If you did not attach any paper in ChatGPT using same or similar prompt you shared just now, no, it cannot. You need to attach the paper. And okay, let me tell you also, if you don't attach the paper, a tendency for AI, let's say you want AI to find the paper for you and then summarize the paper that is found. The tendency to lie, to give fake information is way, way, way higher compared to you upload the paper. This one I've experimented before. When the floor write for you from the source, the floor find and the floor give you the information, the tendency to fake information is very, very high, almost 100% sometimes. Okay? Okay, literature matrix for you if you want to understand how to be, no problem, doctor. If you want to understand how to be very comprehensive, this is a very, very good example to look at. This is from Dr. Sharifa, also known as Sharifa. She was my student for many, many years. Graduated last year with no correction. PhD, no correction from UM. Okay, so this is a literature matrix, our finest protege lah. She is a very, very good student, very, very good sample literature matrix. Look at how detailed it is. Okay, this is literally Dr. Sharifa Syed Alvi last year. This is what one of the tips I can give students if you really want to finish your PhD very well. One of the key highlight the examiner gave is the candidate has already published substantial components of the thesis. Publishing actually gives very good purview, very good quality and perception towards your thesis. Okay? Yes, Aviro. Yes, it is. I won't say all. I don't want to simply say that, but most of it I find them can be fake. Okay? Can be fake. All right. So, publication is very, very important. And on top of that, proofreading is very, very, very important. This is a thesis that got zero correction. Okay, that we proudly proofread, and that was the comment given by the examiner as well. So this is also a key comment given by the examiner. How did she got zero correction? The thesis is largely well written with no stylistic concerns. So there's nothing much to correct lah. So she just literally, that's it. There's no correction. She finished and then she moved on in her life. Do you have any recommendation on how to utilize AI to assist in doing systematic review? Okay, systematic review is something that I would strongly not use AI because it has many steps to go through. You can use the same literature review process I did, this one, to read the paper, to analyze the paper for you if you want to, how to prompt and so on. But in terms of looking for the paper, go look for the paper, right, in databases. I would still use Web of Science, Scopus, and Google Scholar manually. I will type in the keywords, I will do the search string and so on. Okay, all right. So finally, how do we assist students when you are stuck and so on? This is what we do normally. Okay, we focus on PhD proposal coaching, Scopus Web of Science publication, defense preparation, proposal defense examiner response will teach you how to respond and so on. If I don't need any advice, data analysis interpretation, thesis to journal conversion, Viva preparations, and thesis examiner response. These are all coaching aspect of what we look into when it comes to coaching segment. Okay, and these are the free notes will be given from today's class. I would strongly encourage you not, I mean, if you don't want to use my prompt, it's okay, but I just give you an example. How would I do it? Prompt 1 to prompt 6, but I would suggest you not to upload the paper and ask the floor to read the whole paper, okay, at one go. Take it step, even if you want to use, I'm not encouraging you to do, but if you want to do, then I would suggest you to prompt segment by segment. Don't ask the floor to analyze the whole thing out for you. You will have a lot of problem with that, okay? And this is a very good paper on content analysis, okay, on content analysis, all right? So there are some questions. You're going to summarize today's session, breaking down the prompts to develop a rubric or guideline for the AI to follow, thereby reducing hallucination and most importantly, verify any feedback given. Hallucination, if you want to reduce, more or less you are there, Puan. Hallucination, if you want to reduce, you must upload your own paper. That's what I found out. Don't ask the Doppler to give you based on Doppler. Go and find the reference for you and write for you. That's dangerous. Okay. And then my idea is rubric or no rubric, you still need to understand what you're reading. Okay, then only you know whether it's true or not. Okay. Should we attach proofreading for the final report, Viva, Juvita? Proofreading final report, Viva. Okay, if you're going to send something to an examiner, you must send your most perfect work. If your language is already perfect, if you think just using Grammarly is good enough, then you don't need to hire anyone to proofread. Just submit. It comes down to your confidence level. But if you ask me, when you give to examiner, the work must be polished like a marble. It must shine. There shouldn't be any discrepancies. This is how I was trained. Okay, we do many rounds of proofreading before we submit. Okay, is what we have seen today. Is also have to write a journal article. Write a journal article specific to thesis. Oh, you mean the literature review process? You can use it for anything, any possibilities. You can use it. Is the ability ChatGPT free paid? Yeah, different, definitely different, definitely different. The engine you're using is different from paid ones. Okay, all right. So with that, you can give your feedback today on the class that you have learned today. Okay, and most importantly today, although I taken extra time because this class quite lengthy, what I want feedback from you today is what you want to learn more. Okay, so that we can integrate that in the next class also. More or less, I already know the idea what I'm going to teach in the next class, but I also want to know from your point of view, when you're using daily basis, what are the things that you want me to probably explore, whether this is the right path for me or not. Okay, so what I want you to do is go to this particular link. This class was created based on a lot of feedback of last year, and further improved based on that. Okay, so here is the link. Okay, you can go to my Google Scholar review link. Make sure you give 5 stars or less than that. Click that link if you want to. Whatever you think is missed out, you think can add on a bit more, then you can comment it there. All right. Thank you very much, Marina. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the blessing. So if you're going to give less than 5 stars, then no need to go there. You can just WhatsApp me directly. Don't worry about it. Okay. So in that link, make sure you write, give description, what would you like to learn more, so we can add it to the next class. Okay. So thank you very much, guys. Again, happy fasting month. Have a very good month ahead. And I wish you all the best. Okay, and try to do as much as you can before Raya, so that you all can celebrate very well. Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to it as well. My break time. Okay, Dr. Khairun, thank you very much for your time, Doctor.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tawa, for a wealth of knowledge of session. So let's give a nice round of virtual applause. Okay, very well, ladies and gentlemen. So as our insightful journey draws to a close, I'd like to pause for a moment. Gratitude to our esteemed speakers, Dr. Tawa. Your wisdom and insight have truly enriched us today. So your generosity in sharing your expertise is genuinely appreciated. So I trust that all participants will leave this session armed with practical insight. So a quick note. The link for the confirming your attendance is now active in the chat box and will remain so for the next 50 minutes. So to write up, let's come together in unity for the Tasbih 4o and Surah Al-As, making a fitting end to our session. So it has been a genuine pleasure guiding you through today's webinar. I hope our paths cross again in future session. Wishing each of you success and inspiration in all your endeavor. So this is Dr. Khairun Kamarudin bidding you farewell for now. So have a splendid day ahead. Happy fasting. Assalamualaikum and see you in the next webinar.
Thank you, Doctor. See you. Bye-bye. See you, everyone. Good luck to everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.